Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. And today I'm gonna tell you about 5 fragrances that I don't think that they live up to the hefty price tag they have. So these are not bad fragrances. Well, actually, I'm gonna talk to you about 4 fragrances and then plus one. One is the fragrance that I honestly didn't understand the fragrance. I wanted to. I wanted to like it. I wanted to understand it. I wanted to own it. But upon testing it, I thought that why am I not smelling the things that other people smell? For me, this is the fragrance that is like, what is it? So I'm gonna start with that one. And this is kind of a polarizing fragrance in the sense that it's so popular, it's so viral. So when I had an opportunity to test it, because mind you, this is not the brand that I can easily reach for in the country where I live, so I have to order it, or I have to order a sample, or if I'm traveling, then I'm able to find it and to test it. So I'm talking about Miller Harris, and this is their super popular scent that is called Scherzo. So Scherzo, I'm just gonna go through the notes of the fragrance. It has tangerine, artemisia, olibanum, narcissus, pittosporum. This is a kind of little teeny tiny flowers, oud, sweet notes, vanilla and patchouli. So this is the fragrance that it has an absolutely stunning bottle, beautiful bottle, very sleek and linear and nice and kind of my aesthetics. But the smell was supposed to be very multifaceted, very complicated, beautiful, but all I can smell is rose and oud. That's what I can smell. And I was like, what is that? And I know for the fact that if you don't like a certain note, it's gonna be the note that your nose will cling to it, and it's gonna feel this note. Your nose is gonna search for this note, and this note is gonna be dominant for you because you don't like it. So your nose knows that you don't like it, and nose can smell it better. So I know that I don't like rose. I know that I don't like oud. Don't like when those notes are together, but I do have several fragrances that have oud and rose together, but I like these fragrances. And I thought that, well, it should be the case with this one because it's so pleasant and the crowd pleaser and everything. But no, for me, it's a rose. Predominantly, it's a rose with kind of an woody, not even woody, but a woody sort of undertones. And that's all I can smell. And, I just can't understand what is it with this fragrance? Why is it so popular? It's just rose and woody fragrance, not even the most interesting one. And the rose is heavy. It is super heavy. It is super present. It's like this kind of the rose that I dislike the most, kind of this oily almost rose. It's like, oh, it's not good. It's like almost old type rose, it's not good. And I have mentioned the price tag, right? So the price tag on this fragrance is quite, well, it's hefty. It's not the most expensive of the 5 fragrances that I'm going to be talking about today, but it's still a pricey fragrance. So we have, at the moment, there are three sizes, 14 mils, and it retails for 55 euro, and 100 mil, and it's 220 euro, and 50 mil is 155 euro. So it's kind of a pricey fragrance. especially for what it is for me. Not pleasant. No, I can't understand it. So next, I'm gonna go from the fragrances that I don't own at the moment, and I'm gonna go to the two fragrances from this list that I own. So these four are the fragrances that are nice. In fact, I do own two of these fragrances, but I'm not sure that they're worth the price. So one fragrance is the Kilian fragrance, Good Girl Gone Bad. It has osmanthus, jasmine, rose, Indian tuberose. It has narcissus, amber, and cedar. So the rose isn't just the rose, it's a May rose in this fragrance. And the price tag for this fragrance is 250 euros for 50 ml. And also there's the refill version, but the bottle isn't fancy at all. It's like 200 euro for 50 ml. So anyway, is that a bad fragrance? No, but it is like an ordinary, a normal white flower fragrance. It's nothing extraordinary. I'm telling you, just upon smelling it, I was like, is that all you can give me for that price? I mean, this is a good fragrance. Should it cost, I don't know, 75, 100 euros for 50 ml? Then it would be a good fragrance. It wouldn't still be an outstanding fragrance in my opinion. It's just gonna be a good fragrance. But for that price, for 250 euros, you should give me more, because this one is just a lovable and nice, a pleasant white flower fragrance that is not, it's not outstanding. It's pleasant, it's nice, it's beautiful. It's everyday appropriate, it's night out with the girls or with the loved ones appropriate. This is like, it's a good fragrance, just not for that price. For that price, you should give me more. You should give me some oomph for the fragrance. I mean, it should have something. It should something outstanding, a note that is super interesting, super long lasting. It might be even a white flower, but some kind of particular white flower, or particular jasmine that is so sweet, or indolic, or something. But this is just an average, beautifully done white flower. So yeah, I don't think it lives up to the price tag. So if you see it on sale, then I say it's a good thing to get. But for the full price, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Although I have to say it's not a bad fragrance. So the next fragrance I'm gonna talk to you about is the fragrance that again I don't own at the moment. And this fragrance is called Pear Inc from Juliette Has, and the price for this fragrance is 100 ml for 125 euro, and 50 ml is 95 euros. So with Juliette Has, it's much more it's better to invest in a bigger size, because the price difference between the bigger and the smaller size is just not so big. So Pear Inc, the Pear Inc fragrance has pear, ambroxan musk, ambre tolide. So ambre tolide is this musky amber, slightly fruity scent. Yeah, so I was excited when this fragrance first came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, Pear Inc. And mind you, I love Juliette Has, because they have made one of my most favorite fragrances, Lady Vengeance. It's beautiful. It's an outstandingly beautiful fragrance, but this one, the Pear Inc, and I was like, oh, it has pear, and I love pear. Mind you, I do love pear. I love fruity fragrances, But this one, it opens up with a blast of pear, and it's very juicy and very sweet. Well, not sickly sweet, but just sweet pear, very beautiful, very yummy, nice. But then it vanishes in a matter of like 5 minutes. You don't have a pear anymore. You have this kind of slightly fruity scent, but the pear is nowhere to be seen. And I was like, why? Why would you last only 5 minutes on me? Well, I'm telling you that it's on my skin is like that. So maybe on your skin it lasts throughout the day and you can feel the pear, and I'm super happy for you. I wish I would have the same effect on my skin, but on my skin it's not like that. On my skin it's 5 minutes of bliss, beauty and juiciness, and then it's like bland, nothing to write home about, fruity scent. Yeah, it's not worth the price, and I really wanted to like it. But yeah, for me it's a miss. So I'm gonna go to the fragrance that I actually own, and I can actually show you the bottle of this fragrance. I'm gonna start with 724 Maison France Kurkdjian, and this is the fragrance. I do have it in this kind of format. So the price of this scent is 35 ml, 120 euro, 70 ml, 195 euro, and 200 ml, 385 euro. And we have notes as follows: aldehydes, Calabrian bergamot, Egyptian jasmine, mock orange, sweet pea, white musk, and sandalwood. So this is the fragrance that I actually first received a 5 ml little bottle sample from the brand, because they would send out this kind of 5 ml bottles to the loyal clients. And then I decided that I would get this one because, or maybe it was the same exact moment, something like that. But I was kind of cautious because it has aldehydes. I don't like aldehydes, and I'm happy to report that if you're like me, you don't like aldehydes, this is fairly safe to buy, even blind buy, because the aldehydes are nowhere to be seen like the aldehydes from Chanel. The aldehydes from Chanel are the worst for me, or then the Tom Ford's aldehydes are the worst for me. I can't stand them. But the aldehydes from MFK and also from Dolce & Gabbana, I actually can't stand them. I can't say that I enjoy them, but they don't ruin my life. So this is a nice fragrance. I like this fragrance. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna spray it on me at the moment. So just to refresh. Yeah, it's a lovable fragrance. It has this opening, like very juicy, very citrusy opening, very beautiful fragrance. This is a fragrance that, in my opinion, is very urbanistic. It is very suitable for this kind of city life. It's very dynamic. The fragrance is very clean, very nice, and I think it's a unisex. I think it suits men, women, what have you. It suits all ages and all people, really. My issue with this fragrance is that this fragrance, it's fairly simple. It's after like some time, after maybe 10 to 15 minutes, we have this dry down of this musky cleanness, like clean, musky, a little bit citrusy fragrance. It's essentially, I know that some people compare it to this cleanness of the washing detergent. I can't say that it reminds me of that. But I can get what people are saying. I don't think that it smells like a detergent, but it definitely is the clean note to this fragrance, which is very prominent. So this is a nice fragrance. It's beautiful, clean fragrance. It's this kind of white shirt, crisp and clean, appropriate fragrance. It's gonna be a beautiful fragrance for the office, even if you have this kind of very strict dress code. It's gonna be just so nice and so suitable for you. But yeah, it's uninspiring. It's like fresh and clean and bergamoty, and that's pretty much it. It's boring. It's boring, and for the price, I would expect more, especially for the price and especially from this brand. And this brand has much more interesting fragrances. So yeah, I wouldn't invest in this one. And when I say invest, it seems like an investment, because 385 euros for 200 ml, it's a lot of money. So yeah, although I have it, although I like it, I don't love it, and I would recommend you to test it before you get it. So, and the last fragrance in my today's video is Paris-Riviera by Chanel. And mind you, this is not a fragrance you can buy in the store, like a general store like Sephora, what have you. It's a fragrance that you can get on their website or in their boutique. So this is like that. This is the Paris-Riviera, and they have the whole range of this kind of fragrances. It has like Paris and plus something else, because supposedly it's a route that Coco Chanel was taken, like from Paris to Riviera and so on. So we have here citruses, flowers, orange peel, neroli, jasmine, benzoin, and sandalwood. And the price of this fragrance at the moment is 50 ml retails. The 50 ml is like that. Retails for 102 euros, and 125 mils, so more than double, is 148 euros. So here we have a beautiful price for 125 milliliters. Actually, I have to say, things considering, because it's not a cheap fragrance, but I have to say that although I like it, and mind you, it was a blind buy for me, because I don't have a Chanel counter near me. I can't test these kind of Chanel fragrances that are not sold in the regular stores. So it was blind buy. It was and I was sure that I will like this fragrance, and as a matter of fact, I do like this fragrance. I own it. I do like it. Because it has citruses and orange peel and neroli and flowers and jasmine, and these are the scents. This is the scent that I like, because these are the notes that I like. What I don't like about this fragrance is the longevity of the fragrance. The longevity of this fragrance is like eau de toilette at the most. Really, it's not. It doesn't last long on me. But this is not the main issue. The main issue for me is that the fragrance is fairly simple. Don't expect complex, beautiful, like Chanel, Coromandel, Le Lion, all this kind of very complicated fragrances. This is fairly simple and fairly straightforward fragrance. Some people actually compare it to eau de cologne, and I have to agree. Well, the longevity is a bit better than eau de cologne, I have to say, but when we are talking about the fragrance itself, yeah, it can be eau de cologne quite easily. I was quite lucky, because I got this fragrance before the price increase. So I want to say that I paid maybe 75 euros for this fragrance, plus I had a very beautiful offer. They gave me the whole sample set of all this line of fragrances, so I have tested all of them, and plus they gave me some other gift with purchase. So I mean, I was lucky to have it, but now, without gifts, without being able to test the whole range, I'm not sure that I would splurge 102 euro for this one, because I mean, now that I have it, now that I have it, and now that I have tested all the other fragrances, I can say that it's just not worth the price. I use it, as you can see, because I do use it. I don't spare it. I use it when I like, how much I like, but and while I'm using it, I'm enjoying it. I'm just telling you that, in my opinion, this is not the fragrance that you should go out and spend 102 euros like without uh, testing it before, because you might be disappointed. I wasn't disappointed because I kind of knew what I was going for, because I read the reviews, I saw some YouTube videos on that, and people were like, oh my gosh, it's good. And I'm kind of good in filtering some of the reviews, so I knew that it's gonna be fairly uncomplicated and fairly like light fragrance, so I'm not disappointed. But would I repurchase it? No. Would I uh, would I get any other fragrances from this line? No, because I have tested them all, and yeah, no. So don't buy it before you test it. Don't buy it. Yeah, don't buy it before you test it, because you might be disappointed. But if you're a die-hard fan of Chanel and everything that Chanel does, then maybe not. Yeah, but it just, yeah, test it before you buy. This is all that I wanted to talk to you about today. Please let me know if you know these fragrances. Please let me know if you like these fragrances. What do you think about these fragrances? Do you agree with what I have said? And leave me the comments down below. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.